Hey guys, this is Electro.
Hey guys, I'm Guardian.
This is Daps.
This is Nico.
This is Nifty.
This is Rops.
This is Fair.
Godzilla.
Flusha.
This is Kerrigan, and you're listening to Truth.
The truth.
The truth. The truth.
The truth. The truth.
The truth about Counter-Strike.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah?
It's been going well. I think we've been coasting a little bit by our standards, but over on FlyQuest now, doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say coasting, who's been coasting? FlyQuest has been coasting. You've been coasting. The whole team's been coasting.
In terms of like performance, I'd say I think that we haven't been living up to the sum of our pieces for a while, and this roster is the first time in a while it's feeling like it's clicking and everyone's getting along and the roles and stuff make sense straight away, and we have linear progression for once instead of just like one event how you going and the next event we do shit, and then it feels like it's a straight line now.
Yeah, right. So when I spoke to you, I definitely felt a sense of ennui. Like I didn't think you were taking it easy, but it did feel like there was no like fire there.
Yeah. At Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just help me out here.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
No, yeah. In Paris, I don't know. Paris, I know that we were really cooked, and Aussies always overuse the fucking jet lag excuse, but we were very cooked for Paris.
Really?
It was a rough travel, and we had a heavy schedule right before it. But yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I ever like lost faith in that roster or anything. I think we were trying hard. Maybe when I talked to you, we were a bit like bummed out. Was it before the event or after? I can't remember.
I think it was before.
It might have been before.
It wasn't that I got the sense you were bummed. I just felt like, who on this team is cracking the whip? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at that point you were traveling with old mate Greyhound, and it just felt like not that there wasn't an adult in the room, but there wasn't someone who was really like getting you guys up at the same time practicing. I didn't have any insight into any of that. That was just an outsider's perspective.
Yep.
Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, there's a lot of truth. We were a bit of a boys' club.
Right.
Yeah, that roster we were running on vibes, running on fumes, and it worked for a bit because we all got along and just have some laughs, and when you lose you can shake it off and be ready for the next game. But yeah, you don't walk away from the event and get better. You just sort of rock up to the next one.
Yeah.
But we've had different players now that have cracked the whip and have like sort of fucking lit that fire, but I think that all of us have also just matured a little bit, and we're kind of sick of just getting knocked out and going to have some drinks and then going home.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that anymore. Everyone wants to actually do something.
This is terrific to hear. As a fan, I mean, your jerseys are $160 upstairs.
I know. I think, is that a tax thing? Is that the tariffs hitting us? I have no idea.
I think it's just how much jerseys are, but I look at that and I go, like, if I'm going to pay that much for a jersey, I want to know that the players care about this team as much as I do. And I think the first sign I really got was those leaked comms in the video with Urcast reading you guys the riot act. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
No.
There was a video FlyQuest put out, and he was saying, like, guys, this isn't good enough.
Yeah.
You need to be turning up to practice.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Was that out of context? Was it in context? What, like, because to me that felt like, oh my God, thank God, there is someone cracking the whip.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Is he that guy?
He is, yeah. He's turning into that guy. When he first joined, he wasn't. He was
one of the boys.
He was one of the boys. He was just coming back. He played with us years ago, and he was just starting to coach us again. But I think he matured into his position as well and understood what he had to give us as a coach. Because, no one wants him to be an arsehole to us, but he knows that he needs to be sometimes. And that was him. I think that was the first, or maybe the event before that, where he was coming into himself and he was being hard on us, and we ate that shit up. We loved it. Yeah, it was good. But all this is not to say that we weren't competitive or had motivation before. We definitely all had motivation. We just weren't I don't know, we were definitely taking it serious. It was just we were more forgiving of ourselves, and now we expect more from ourselves.
I wasn't suggesting that you didn't take it seriously, and I can imagine that if you didn't have if you didn't have someone who was willing to risk being one of the boys to go, hey guys, shape up, I mean, it would have been very difficult.
Yeah.
Was there a culture shift with the removal of Dexter?
Kind of, yeah. With Chris, the best thing they did for us was fucking smack our asses whenever we did anything wrong. And that's kind of how we all grew up a little bit. Like just hearing it from him and knowing that we need to be able to take this criticism and improve from it was the biggest thing, especially for the young boys on the team.
Right.
But it's been a different culture, but I think we've carried over a lot of the things that Chris brought, and I think they're all positive.
So he actually brought quite a lot of authority then over from Mouse when he came.
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just used him up and discarded him.
Yeah. Wrung him dry.
And he just went, I'm just taking the reins again.
That's pretty much exactly how it went, yeah.
Wow. Was it more a case of we need to replace Ali and make another change, or was it like this thing with Dexter isn't working out?
I don't know. There were a lot of internal discussions. I think a lot of it's on like FlyQuest management side. I'm not sure. I at one point put my hand up and said I didn't want to be involved in any of the roster talks or moves or changes because like they're my boys. But then it was like, well, you kind of have to be involved as a player, and so it's just
can't duck that shit.
Yeah, so a lot went on, but I actually don't really know. Everything happened kind of fast as well because we were doing it within deadlines before events and sign-ups and the major and everything happening.
Right.
So it's just something that it was talked about for a minute and then done the next.
Right. I shouldn't say that Regali was involved. This is the Netic change that left Dexter out to dry. How's that been?
Well, Corey's great.
Yeah.
Corey's...
I mean, he's a New Zealander, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a Kiwi. No, he's a type of bloke he just doesn't care. Like you can just drop him down somewhere and he's good for 2 or 3, and you tell him he could do it better and he's just like, yeah, all right, I'll do it that way next time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. It's sort of what we needed. I think like it's a bit of a firepower boost as well, just because Josh as an IGL, I think, comes into his own with his fragging. I feel like when he's calling, he gets like a better read for the game and he can back himself more and take more risks because he doesn't feel like he's ruining the IGL's call or vision. So he plays more for himself when he's an IGL, which is great, and he's going to put up numbers. And then Corey's just fragging in the back and it's good.
I'm surprised Josh hasn't been poached yet.
Yeah.
He's been pretty solid for a long time now.
He's been great for fucking forever.
Yeah, like I think I've tweeted this before. If I was Jason Lake, I would have plucked him out of that team a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised as well. I know that he's had a lot of interest in him over the years. He's had a lot of people contact him. I'm not sure if he was saying no or if things just sort of fell through or whatnot. But now on FlyQuest, I think everyone feels pretty well taken care of, and so I don't think he is looking to jump ship anytime soon.
You mean you're making some money? Yeah.
We're good. We're happy. We're happy in FlyQuest.
What about you? How you feeling about you?
I'm good, mate. I'm my roles and positions and shit in teams have changed so many times over the years that even now I feel like I'm in foreign territory.
Really?
But
Netic's changed a bit of that stuff too.
Yeah, it's one of the big discussions we have as a team a lot of the time is like finding our identity and how we want to play together as a team and as individuals. And my task right now is figuring out how I fit into that. And I feel like I am trying what I can to accommodate and make sure everyone's comfy. But Corey's great and he makes it very easy, and so is Regali. He's good too. It just they're both great at just demanding exactly what they need, and that's exactly what you want from those guys. You want them to tell you what to do because they're the people that are going to make the difference in the game, right? So
does it feel like a little bit of tier 1 with a European in the team?
It does a bit.
Like a little bit of a boost.
It does a bit, yeah. Oh, it's fun. It's the bloke will just like fucking tear you apart randomly, and you're just like, well, I actually kind of like this. This feels kind of good.
You mean verbally?
Yeah.
5-minute warning.
Yeah, you'll have something to tell you about like how you're playing the position or what he wants from you.
Really?
I fucking love that shit.
And you like, is that what you learned on Mao's Next, mate?
No, he's good. He's
Yeah.
good. He has a fucking great brain for the game. It's
Yeah.
like if you're playing in Europe for 11 months a year, of course you're going to learn a thing or
Yeah.
two. But I love it just from my time in like Renegades and 100 Thieves with Cassard.
Of course.
That bloke would just fucking destroy you.
Yeah, I've heard.
But I came to love it because it's like you don't even have to think about your own mistakes because he's just going to rail you and,
Yeah.
then you can work from there.
So what do you think's next for FlyQuest? You had a pretty good showing here but didn't make the arena. Was there a reason for that other than the new roster or... what?
I don't know. I think that we need to be realistic with expectations and stuff.
Mhm.
We only had Corey for less than a month. Not too much practice with the bloke. And I think that we had the talk after the event, and I think the general consensus was don't pat yourself on the back yet, but great job. And
So Australian.
yeah. No, I don't know. Like,
You did all right,
That-
but
that was-
don't get a big head, mate.
exactly.
Yeah.
That was exactly what fucking got told to us.
Yeah.
But it's all coming from Irk, the honorary
Right.
Australian. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair enough. Do you think Urk will one day get poached by the Mongols?
We saw him talking to them this morning.
Did he?
Yeah, downstairs in the lobby, just having a yarn.
Little sneaky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sneaky
Don't know what's
Mongol.
going on there. But I think they're happy with their with Mara.
Yeah.
Mara and Blitz are fucking peas in a pod. They love each other.
You guys won a tournament last year,
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Surprising.
Are you still having a bit of a glow about that?
Bro, I was buzzing.
Yeah.
First time in my career ever won anything.
Mm.
It felt fucking amazing. We went into that event, another one of the jet lag stories.
Yeah.
But we went into that event like we were having 6-hour naps in the middle of the day in between maps and games and shit because we were just completely out of it. We were eating at 4 a.m. and
Yeah.
everything was backwards. But it was just everything kind of clicked, and every match that we played, it was like we didn't even need to. There were some rounds where we wouldn't even talk to each other. It was just everyone was in the flow state.
Wow.
And we knew exactly what we were doing, what
How
each
do
other
you
were
get
doing.
back there?
I don't know. I don't know why it hit. We were so jet lagged and tired.
Yeah.
I don't think the words were coming out, but we were just doing all the right things.
Doesn't this mean then you can never use jet lag as an excuse?
No, we won't say that.
I feel like you just did, and you're going to be quoted now.
It's the title of the podcast.
But you must have talked about this many times, like what we did and how to replicate it, right?
Yeah, we did. I think we watched over the games as well, and we were like, yeah, what exactly were we doing at this event? Like, what worked so well for us?
Who were we?
Yeah, but mostly it was Big Al. Al stepped up so fucking huge that event.
Yeah.
Carried the fuck out of us.
And
in the
then
grand
you
final.
let him go. I think there's a pattern here. There's a use and a discard pattern here. You better not frag out too hard at the next game.
No, the idea we're squeezing Josh for what he's worth now. He's next to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he did have a cracker game. Are you in touch with him? He was one of your boys.
Ali?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. He's seen it at this event as well.
Okay.
Hang out with him whenever I can. He's my brother. I love
You
the guy.
guys living in Europe now?
No.
Oh, still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very awkward practice situation with
Yeah.
Regali.
Yeah. How does that work?
So usually the trips to Europe, 3 or 4 events scheduled in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll just come 10 days before the first event starts and do a little boot camp. And when we have time in Oz, we can't really scrim other teams, but we'll have chats and theory and discussions and all that sort of stuff.
So you don't scrim with him at all when you're here
Yeah, when we're in Oz, it's impossible. Can't play with him.
because the servers
Yeah.
no crossover.
Yeah.
You can't both join some sort of Asian.
No,
Mongolian
there's no in
server.
between. We've tried everything.
Wow.
It's too hard. But before the major calls and stuff, we had Yuli come here early, and he was chilling in Brisbane at Gomez's place
Mm-hmm.
and practicing from there.
Chilling in Brisbane.
Yeah.
That's an Australian experience right there.
He was loving it.
Yeah,
He loves
really.
it. Yeah, he's from like he says it's really like gloomy and overcast and rainy and shit in Romania, and he's gone to sunny Brizzy.
Sounds like a lot of Europe.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. Thanks, dude.